All right, so first theorem. Let's talk about this one. When I have two chords that intersect, okay, two chords that intersect, product of their parts are equal, right? Product of their parts. So part DE multiplied by part DC is the same as AD times DB. Okay, when two chords intersect each other. Also remember, diameter is a chord. So you might have a diameter and a chord intersecting each other. This still applies, right? This still applies. Diameter is a chord. So it is part of this theorem if you see it. All right, next one. Easy to forget this one. Two chords are parallel. Remember that one? If two chords are parallel, that implies the arcs in between are congruent. They have the same measures. Okay, the arcs in between have the same measures. If two chords are parallel, the arcs in between are congruent. And then the other one to remember is secants and tangents. And what's the saying we're going to remember here with secants or tangents? Whole times external equals whole times external. All right. So those are really three big facts to remember. That's about half of the quiz. It's about half of the quiz. Anything you want to ask there? Again, there's no proofs on here. I'm not going to ask you for the theorem, but I am going to have, obviously some algebra questions. You guys have started seeing that when you did the review yesterday. Okay. All right. There will be one construction on there, so let's just go through your choices of what the construction could be. There could be four of them. You could have a tangent line, construct a tangent line. Inscribe square. I could have you do an inscribed hexagon. Or I could have you do an inscribed equilateral triangle. There is no review for that. Okay, you guys did them yesterday. There's not any review in the packet, and there's not any review on the Delta Math I made yesterday. So it's just something we got. Do you really need? You can just take here. If you want a review. Math tools. You just take a scrap sheet of paper, put a point, take your compass, put it on that point, open it up to whatever distance you want, make your own circle, and go ahead. Do an inscribed hexagon, triangle, square, or a tangent line.
What's up? Completing the circle. I forgot.
What's completing the circle?
Right there. Or no, completing the square. So.
Yeah, I'll get there.
Okay.
I'll get there. Everyone good? So I don't have any review for you, but you can certainly just get a scrap sheet of paper, make your own circle, and get after it. If you forget the steps, you go on Classroom, right below Unit 10. All the YouTube videos are on there and how to make it. All right? Here we go. Circle equation. Let's review that. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. What are the pieces that you need? H and k, center, and you need the r value, the radius length. I'm just letting you know so I don't surprise you tomorrow. You are going to have to factor something, or if you're uncomfortable factoring, use quadratic formula. But I think what I have tomorrow is factorable. But you may have to use quadratic formula and simplify a radical maybe tomorrow. Right, so just a heads up on all that. I know that I get it. That's things we've been doing all year long, but still want to remind you. All right, you're probably going to have to do that for tomorrow's test. And you ready now? Completing the circle, aka completing the square. Sure. Let's go to number 10 in your review then. We'll do number 10 in the review. All right, we got to find the center and the radius, right? And the only way we can do that is completing the square, because we have to turn this into this. That's why we complete the square, so we can turn it into the form we're used to. All right, first step, get the single number all on one side. Everyone see how the 39's over the right? It's got to be by itself, though. So we need to move the 8x and the negative 6y over and group everything together. All right, group the x's together and group the y's. So x squared. All right, I'll move the 8x over by subtracting it. And if you want to do this step too right here, remember we're going to have to produce a new c value. All right, we're going to have to produce a c value now. Plus y squared. Move the 6y over, add it over. We're going to have to produce a c value for the y's. Equals 39. So make sure the single numbers over to the other side, x's and y's, are grouped together. All right, how do I find that new c value? Half the b value squared. That's the process. I take half a negative 8 and square it. So think in your mind, what do you get when you have negative 8? And now square that number, 16. And it's always positive. That new c value should always be positive. And then 6y, have it, square it. 9, common mistake. Think about me being unbalanced up here, right? I'm unbalanced. Whatever you do the one side, I got to match it and balance it on the other side. So plus 16 and plus 9. Any issues finding the new c value, keeping it balanced? All right, what do I have over here now? 25, 64 on the right side. All right, now you got to factor the x's and the y's. And they should be the same numbers, remember. Same numbers. Two numbers that multiply to 16 but add to negative 8. Negative 4 and negative 4. So that this one is x minus 4 squared plus two numbers that multiply to 9 but add to 6. 3 and 3. Y plus 3, y plus 3, or y plus 3 squared. All right, there you go. There's the form we wanted. Now let's answer the question. The radius. If I have a 64 here, it's not 64. What do I have to do with the 64? Hey, remember, that is r squared, right? So what do I need to do to it? Square root it. So I have 8. And how about the center? What are my h and k values? 4, negative 3. I always change the signs when I either, remember, I just change the signs if I put it into the equation or if I take it out. And there you go. We good there, big boss?
Yeah.
Anybody else? There's a couple, there's a handful of questions on the circle equation. And yeah, you're going to have to complete the square. That's a guarantee. A guarantee. While we're here, I just looked at a question here. You can cross off number 9. Okay, go ahead, cross off number 9. We're not gonna go that hardcore on you. I just wanna know center, complete the square, center, and radius, so get rid of 9. All right, any questions? You got the review in the packet that has the answer key in the back. And then once that's done, because I know you guys are almost done with it anyway, you're going to hop on Delta Math, and I got a decent assignment there too. Any issues? All right, I will be after school today too. Meeting was yesterday, so I'll be after school today if you want to come in and work on any of this. All right, let's get moving. Work with whoever you'd like. Please call me over if you get stuck, especially on Delta Math. You can't get it correct. You get the X all the time. Let's roll.